I immediately felt this overwhelming emotion of, I don't know if this will ever be closure.
This is just one of the hundreds of victims of Brigitte Cleroux, a con artist who worked as a nurse with no credentials for a full year in BC Women's Hospital, treating patients in their most vulnerable state after the most invasive of procedures.
I will always have fear of going into these appointments. I will always have concerns about, are these people qualified? Should I check credentials?
On Friday, Cleroux, now 52 years old, was sentenced to 7 years in prison on a lengthy list of indictments. The judge not mincing words in her reasons for sentencing, citing Cleroux's chronic dishonesty, saying the offenses struck at the very core of public confidence in the medical system of BC and damaged the reputation of a very highly regarded hospital, where the patients did not consent to being injected by a person who was not a medical professional. Ms. Cleroux used a weapon each time she inserted the needle.
I think I was relieved that it was a woman judge, to be honest. I think only a woman can really understand the invasive procedures that go on in a gynecology ward. No matter what procedure you're going into, to have someone touch your body in that type of setting anytime is extremely vulnerable and upsetting.
The judge noted a multitude of aggravating factors in Cleroux's case and very few mitigating ones, aside from her pleading guilty and sparing her victims from having to testify. All of Cleroux's victims, including the nurse whose identity she stole, are protected under a publication ban. The judge noting that real nurse, who Cleroux impersonated at BC Women's Hospital, has now had to legally change her own name because Miss Cleroux stole and contaminated that name to the point of destruction.
This woman is a full-blown criminal. She, was not a nurse at all.
Cleroux's 7-year sentence is only for the long list of offenses committed in BC. She's also currently serving jail time for similar convictions in Ontario. Most of her sentences delivered Friday will be served concurrently, aside from the most egregious of her convictions, 2 counts of assault, for which she received sentences of 3 and 2 years, respectively.
I wish she would have got the maximum. I don't know if there could really be justice to this.
With a civil trial still coming down the pipe and countless victims left picking up the pieces of a career criminal. Sarah MacDonald, Global News, BC Supreme Court.